Well, it's been 5 days and I feel pretty good. Um, at times I have a level two. Most time I don't have any pain at all when I'm sitting in my chair, laying in bed. The only time I do get a level two is when I climb out of bed or when I climb out of the chair. I have to be very careful how I move around. I took the dog for a walk. I can go up and down the stairs fine. It looks like in the next couple more days I'll be perfectly okay and healed up. I have to say that was scary to be sitting in that chair in the middle of the bush and being trapped. I was like, I'd never had anything like that happen to me before. What if I had been 20 miles back in the bush? My God. It would have took me 3 days to get out of there. It's just nuts. But anyhow, gonna have to edit that out. But anyhow, with the way I'm healing, I've started to do stretches. I think Joe Primer was talking about ligaments, and I was like, So I've started to stretch, touching my toes, laying on my back in bed, twisting my hips, standing up on my toes, doing reps like that. Like when I do stuff like this, no pain there. When I go this side, it's about a 2. So I've started to do really light stretches like that, like I just showed you, because I'm still healing. I figured as it's healing, the stretches might be a good thing to do, so I get a little bit more there. I think as we get older, I think we need to do stretches, and once I'm healed, I'll start doing some lunges, maybe some jumping jacks, and maybe work myself up. But good news, at least I didn't have to get some big bill at the hospital, and that's a good thing. Well, I posted this comb. You see that comb? This has got to be the best beard comb you've ever seen. It's really made well. I posted it, but you can get an idea of the size. It's not very big. It's perfect. Okay? It's well made. The bristles are just far apart where it doesn't tangle or pull on your beard. I was using a black comb where it had the big bristles on the end and the smaller bristles, and sometimes it would hurt when I was doing my beard. So I went and bought this super cheap, like $7, and I was like, this thing really makes a difference. I've got this on me all the time now. I have a link on the bottom if you want it. Like I said, it's like $7. It's cheap. So if you have a beard. But I think as we get older, I think we need to do stretches. How many people can touch their toes? You know, it's one thing to starve yourself and lose some weight, but, I think you should be doing the other things. How many people at 61 can do a push-up? I did one the other day, today. I did one, and I could feel it in my lower back, something bad. I have no idea how many I can do. Maybe 5? I have no idea. But it's definitely something I'm gotten concerned about that I'm now going to be doing. Now, I have been watching quite a few preppers that are overweight. I mean, there's even one guy I've been watching. He's got to be 400 pounds. He's got to be. Maybe 300. And I'm impressed with him. I really am. He's got his pack set up. He wears it. He goes out in the bush. He does what he can. He puts together these kits. At least he's getting off his ass and doing something. And it's funny. I see the odd person trolling him. And I just kind of shake my head and I'm like, why are you guys trolling him? Do you think he doesn't know he's fat? Do you think it's a new surprise? I'm sure he doesn't like it no matter than anybody else does. And who knows what the reason is. Maybe there's a medical condition. Maybe there's something else going on. It's almost like people feel like they need to know every little thing about your business. Trust me, we're human. We make mistakes, things go wrong, you learn from those mistakes and you move on. This ain't Hollywood. I could have made videos and, waited to heal and then went outside and said, hey, it was a great camping trip. Look at all the stuff I did. And I could have done all that. But then that's not real. And maybe from watching what you guys have seen here, maybe you'll start to say, hey, maybe I should start doing some stretching. I really don't want to end up on my back in bed. To help with the healing process, I doubled up on vitamin C. And all week I've been eating soup. Vegetable soup, minestrone soup, all week. Anytime I got hungry, I ate some soup. If I wanted the soup thicker, I threw some potatoes in it. So that has helped with the healing process. Now, I'm a type 2 diabetic. It takes a long time for cuts or anything to heal on me. It really does. Sometimes it takes a month. But what's surprising me is how quick these ligaments are healing. That's unusual. Now, I don't know if it's the vitamin C, the soup, or just I'm getting a lot of rest. The first 3 or 4 days, I literally would get up, go to my computer, and just check emails, do damage control with a few clients, and then go back to bed. That's all I was doing. Until finally, I got to the point like I am now on the 5th day to where, I could put in an easy 6 hours. Normally I'm working 17 hours, but at least I was able to get some work done. So it's kind of important. You don't have to go to a gym and work out your body to the point where your muscles are killing you. But you really should look into doing some stretches and working yourself into it. Oh, I can cough. Oh, you have no idea how pleasurable that is when you can cough and not be in pain. I can sneeze. When I sneeze, I get a level 1 pain. But at least I can do that now. So probably in the next 2 days, I will have all that back. You will be surprised how much a cough can kill you. And how you sit there and go, no, please don't cough. Please don't cough. And you're literally begging because you know the pain that's going to come. And when you do that cough, you can't even do a full cough because it hurts. And the next thing you know, I got to cough again. And I got to cough again. You finally just have to work it up and say, look, get it done and over with. Cough, shoot the 10 with pain, and then, finally the coughing stops. Or you torture yourself. It's horrible. But I am so glad that everything is coming back. I'll tell you, quality of life is something that is amazing. And when you don't have it, it is very sad. It really is. But if I'm feeling okay in a couple weeks, I might wait 3. I plan to go out again, but I'm not going to take a 40-pound pack this time. I'll probably take my 25-pound normal pack I do. I had a guy say pack was too heavy. 40 pounds for my pack is not heavy. It feels like it's 10. I have a hunting pack, and my pack is designed to where it has like 7 different adjustments for my body. When I wrap my belt around my waist and I pull tight, and it hugs on those bones in my hip, everything, the whole entire weight of that pack is on my hips. I can then push a couple of levers on my pack and, a couple straps, and boom, the weight's on my shoulders. I can move that weight anywhere I want. But normally I just leave it on my hips, is what I end up doing. And, but my pack is a very expensive pack. Now, I've always preached to people about buying a proper pack. A lot of people laugh at me when I tell them that. They think I'm full of shit. I've had expensive packs. I've had cheap packs. I've had 511 packs. I've had Maximum Edition packs. I've had a lot of packs. And it took me, how did you think I learned all this? I had to learn the hard way. Any hiker knows a pack has to be adjusted for their back and height. If it's not, then it's no good. Like my pack, the lumbar that sits in the middle of your back actually adjusts up and down. Some people are taller, some people are shorter. And that's very important. But having a pack proper to your body allows you to carry a lot of weight, and it allows you not to hurt yourself. But I've always liked hunting packs because a hunting pack is not like a Appalachian Trail pack. You go in an Appalachian Trail pack and get them for £1. You go in a hunting pack, you get them for 4 or 5 pounds and up. I think my pack's about 5 pounds. But, and I like a frame. I like a framed pack. I don't like a pack that's soft in the back like a 511 or a Maxpedition. There is a complete difference when you wear those two packs. And you'd be surprised the difference on what you feel like you're carrying when you have a proper pack. There's a reason more work, more technology, and there more money goes into them. There really is. Now, not everybody can afford a pack like that, and that's fine. But if you can, and you're going with a 511 or you're going Maxpedition or these other lame packs, I call them, then try to keep them light. Try to keep them down to 15 pounds. I mean, lighter's better with those packs. Now, a hunting pack, for example, Exo is a company out there that everybody seems to like now. You just got to read the comments or check videos on these guys. I mean, there are guys that are like, 67 years old, and they go in with a 50-pound pack with everything, and they're climbing a mountain, okay? And they go in 5 miles, straight up. And then once they get up there, okay, if they take an elk or they take a mule deer or they take something, okay, that animal is now deboned, and the pack comes away from the frame, and then the animal gets put in a special bag and it gets put in there, and then everything's wreathed down. So you're deboning the animal, and the only thing you're carrying out is the meat. Now you're coming out with a 90-pound pack. Some guys 120 pounds. I'm not kidding. These packs are designed for that. And, I've seen guys in videos to where the pack's on the ground, they roll over on their back on the pack. They put the waist strap on, they put the arms on and everything, then they roll over again, get on their hands and knees in front of a tree, and they walk up a tree to stand up. And once they're standing up, then they start to walk out with their hiking poles. You'd be surprised what you could carry if you have the proper pack. Armed forces, they're carrying their bulletproof vests, they're carrying their weapons, they're carrying ammo, and whatever else they're carrying, drones, missiles, you name it. They split the weight between 3 guys. These guys are carrying 90 pounds a pop, some of them more. Now, these are young men. They are in their 20s. But like I said, there's guys 67, 71 years old carrying these hefty packs. And it's because of how they're designed. You have to understand, once that pack is up and it's on your hips and it's tightened down and it's a proper pack, the weight's on your hips and it's on your legs. Now, I have super strong legs. I do. I have crazy strong legs. And that comes from the time when I was much younger and I used to roller skate. I used to roller skate every single day. I used to be out, 12, 14, 15 hours a day roller skating. When I went to the roller alley, it was crazy what we did. I'd do the splits. I'd do 360s, jump up, spin twice, come down. We were jumping cars on our roller skates, and I'm not exaggerating. It was nuts what we did back in those days. The tops of my legs are huge. The bottoms of my legs are huge. I have super, super duper strong legs. So when I put a pack on and I tighten those waist belts up, I don't feel nothing. Because my legs are so strong. Now, if you got little skinny legs and you don't have much muscle in your legs, it ain't gonna matter what pack you carry. Because understand, everything sits on your hips and then on your legs, right? So you have to consider your own body. You have to consider what you need to fix. Or if you can't fix it, then you need to consider the weight in the pack. And this is why it's so hard when you build a get-home bag or any type of bag, because everybody's different. And that's what makes it hard. They can give you the basics, get a pack that fits you. do this, do that. But until you start doing it, nobody's going to understand your body better than you. You may run a 40-pound pack and your knees are killing you. Too much weight. You're going to have to back off. So then you're going to have to buy some expensive stuff, because when you start getting into weight, light gear is expensive, period. If you want to take those weight off your knees. So that's important. A lot of people buy that sleeping bag from, I don't know what it was. It's all camouflaged in green. You get them on eBay for like $300, and they're like any weather, right? Well, those packs weigh 10 pounds. Not the packs, the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag weighs 10 pounds alone. So now they go and get themselves an old Army Alice pack or something. Now they're into 20 pounds. When you run that old Army gear stuff, it's heavy. And they made it heavy because they made it to last. They wanted to throw it in a ditch. They wanted to jump on it. And that's fine if a person wants that. But you have to understand that weight adds up very quickly. The majority of my stuff, other than my hunting pack, even my hunting pack is pretty light for a hunting pack. But the majority of stuff that's out there, that's in my pack is super light, like my titanium pots. They weigh a couple pounds. But that's everything in there. That's your stove. That's your spices. That's a fork, a spoon. If I really wanted to take that down, I could take that down to a pound. Okay, I don't take any spices. You'd be surprised how much salt and stuff weighs. There's a lot. I take a lantern with me. It weighs almost a pound. I could leave that home. I could take my pack, if I really wanted to, down to 15 pounds. Easy. But when I go out, I like to have some conveniences. Well, more than some. But no, my pack is not too heavy. Trust me, it's not. And there's a reason I bought the pack I bought. But that comes with experience. And that's all there is to it. Now, if you're a young man, you're 20 years old, hey, knock yourself out. You're young. You can sprint. You can wear those heavy. I had those heavy packs when I was young. Didn't faze me at all. I'd get up the mountain sweating like a pig. I'd be, oh man, that was hard. Breathing heavy. Back then, we smoked 2 packs a day. Smoking was cool. Heck, we had a smoking area in high school. It wasn't illegal. Anybody could buy cigarettes. When I was 9 years old, I used to go buy my dad cigarettes at the store and bring them home. Everything was so more freedom. We had cigarette machines. You just walk up, put money in it, and the cigarettes would pop out. Everything changes over time. But, can you imagine having a smoke area in your high school? The teachers used to come out and smoke with us. It was a regular, everyday thing. Kind of like vaping. And all that shit's bad for you. I quit smoking 10 years ago. It was the best thing I ever did. Keep that in mind. And anybody smokes and tells you differently, they're full of shit. They're on their way to their deathbed a little quicker. But this actually opened up my eyes, and I'm going to start preparing my body with stretches, lunges, a few push-ups, a little more exercise, easy exercise, and preparing my body, because I don't want to stop hiking. I enjoy it. I love it. I don't want to say, well, I don't go anymore because, I'm lazy. No, that's not going to happen. No. If it's the ligaments, then I'm going to stretch them and get them back to par. Because whatever happened to me when I was on that pad. And that's the scary part. Maybe I fell off the pad. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I heard a pop. I woke up screaming. And I was laying there. I was still on the pad when I woke up, so I don't know. I don't have a clue. My dog kind of looked at me funny, and she was concerned. So, at any rate, this will probably end this series completely. I hope you guys learned something. I got something out of it. I will always tell you the truth about my videos and what I do. And even when I have cool ones, I'll tell you that too. And, hey, I'll catch you guys on the next one.